Welcome to RCindustry.
Grew up with the best of things, the nice cars and a big old house. Swimming pools and the finest schools we never had to do without. I always wondered where Daddy would go on his so-called business trips. Always imagining flying on planes and riding on big old ships. After Daddy passed away, we sorted things out in the basement, in the house. A big lockbox with the biggest surprise. Something we all found out. Something we found out we didn't know. Places that he got to go. I wondered why he never was around. Why he was always gone. Daddy was a rodeo clown. Go from town to town. Reno, Tulsa, Houston, Vegas.
Hey, it's Rick here. Well, I thought what we'd do today was put a commode in over here on the main level bathroom. I bought a new one and it needs to be assembled, and I thought maybe we would just take a walk through that. So, alright, show you more. Okay, what we want to do is take this and unbox it and put it together and put it in here in the main level bathroom. So, and how I like to do it on these new, when it's all new in here like this, is I will address once we get it unboxed, we will address putting the seal on, getting the mounting studs put in, and we'll set the base, get it the way we want it, because we may have to shim due to this travertine tile. I mean, it's somewhat level and mined and sliced the same way, or whatever you want to call it. But I have found with travertine, no matter how you try to get it level, it can always be a little bit of inconsistency in the thickness of the tile. So, and I put a level on this and a straight edge, and it all feels really good, and we'll see when the commode gets in here, or when the base part of the commode gets in here. But may have to shim it, so if we do, we'll talk about that. Okay, let's get started. Okay, well, let's get this opened up here. Uh-oh, stop! Important! Read these instructions. Okay, well, we'll do that after a while. Okay. Now that comes with all the parts here. They put the commode together. We're going to kind of lay this stuff out. This is the gasket that goes between the tank and the bowl. And it does come with a wax ring. I bought an extra one because a lot of times putting that travertine or any type of tile in, if it raises it up too much, you may have to put a double wax ring on it. So, and we'll talk about that if we have to. Okay, those. Here's the instructions and care and use. Tank, and this one comes all assembled, as you can see, so don't have to do a whole lot with this. Some of them you have to completely assemble them. There's the seat. sure it's not tore up. That looks okay. This is the top, or the tank lid. It looks okay. And then the base. Okay. All right, so we've got the base, or the bowl, which is what we'll mount first, like I said. Then we'll mount the tank on top, hook the water up to it, make sure it all works right, and then we'll put the lid on. And then we'll put this on. So, okay, show you more. Okay. Hi. I probably will fast forward through all this, and if I run into any kind of an issue, then I will probably stop and talk about it. So just hang on there, and I've shown you all the parts, but I'll go over them again. This is the part that hooks to the water source and hooks to the tank. These are the mount bolts. Comes with nuts, or these little wing nuts. These are the caps that go over those. That's the base that you actually put like this, and then that snaps down over that. So that's part of it. And then, as I showed you, this is the one that came with the Commode. It's probably not going to be thick enough because of the way the floor is in here. So this is an extra thick one. So you can just get kind of an idea here of the difference in the thickness. It's almost like two of them together. So we'll see which one we need as we go. So just sit back, hang in there, and enjoy some music. I'll play some music by one of the bands I've been in. So enjoy.
Well, I seen a picture of you last Saturday night. I didn't know it was you, but you're looking alright. I didn't understand it, but I wanted you to know whatever happened to you. Where did you go, oh Angie, baby? Yeah.
Okay, so you saw me put that on there, and there was plenty of, if you noticed when I set the Commode on there, it was kind of not down on the floor, but so I pushed on it, and that puts that wax O-ring or whatever, sticks to the bottom of the toilet and sticks to the Commode flange. And then that way it seals. Generally it won't leak because it goes through the trap and down, but what can happen is sewer gases can come up through there, or if the toilet stops up, and water backs up in the toilet, it will leak out down there then. So just kind of be aware of that. Doesn't look like my line is probably going to be long enough, so I may have to put a new line on that. So we'll check into that. Alright, I'm going to get these tightened up, and then we'll start the tank assembly. Okay, so I've got the tank here, and as I said before, the inside of this is already put together, so we don't have to do anything to that, supposedly. But what we do have to do is put this gasket on here, and we have to take these wing nuts off and the metal flat washer off, or it's kind of a, I don't know if you want to call it a flat washer, but it's oblong and it fits up underneath there. So take those off, because that fits down in the hole that's cast into the base, or the bowl, or whatever you want to call it. So this thing just fits over that like that. It's simple. So what we want to do then is we're going to lift this tank up. Now that'll tip off there real easy, so don't let it fall off there and break. And then we're going to take this flat washer and the wing nut, we're going to place it up under here. Hopefully you can get it to start. There we go. Now, this is one thing that you don't want to over tighten. What you're really doing anyway is you're tightening this tank down to this lip, and you're compressing that rubber gasket so it won't leak out. Because you could actually tighten these down enough to break the bowl if you're not careful. So that's just something to keep in mind. And actually reading the instructions is probably a good idea, because it will tell you those kinds of things. So I would do that. I didn't do it, you know, because I put these in, you know, a couple of these a week, so I kind of know how to do it. But if you've never done it, I would read the instructions. That's what they're for. Let me get you down here so you can see what I'm talking about compressing. See, there's what we're compressing this down. See, it's beginning to pull it down. Okay, all right, show you. Okay, so I slipped out and got a longer hose here, so we're going to take this one back off. And then we'll put this one on. And now you might say, well, gosh, now it's too long. Well, no, it's not too long. Nothing's too long. It's just all in how you make it hook up. Okay, don't want to over tighten that. And this comes with it. You would buy, because they make ones that slide through here and have an end that goes on there, but this is not needed for that. This has an end on it with a bushing in it. So we're just going to hook that like this. Maybe. Oh, it helps if you take that out. And again, we're just tightening this hand tight. I mean, you don't want it loose, but you don't have to over tighten it. It's all made out of plastic and it's got this soft rubber bushing inside of here. Okay, so now we should be able to turn the water on. And you can see it's filling up. This is the fill valve. That's what this is hooked to right here. And as this fills, this lever will raise up and shut the water off. That's the idea anyway. And water is starting to come up into the commode because it will start to fill the trap down here. The trap is made in the commode base here. So the water we're seeing here is here. So when you flush, it has to go up and around and down. That way there's always water in this part, and that keeps sewer gases from coming back out into the house. So you can see that starting to raise up. Don't be afraid to try to put one of these in on your own. You can pay a plumber to come and do it, you know. I mean, I'll charge you $65 an hour to come out and put this in for you, but you know, you can do it yourself. It's not something that you can't do. But you know, we're taking some precautions here. We're watching. Yeah, see, it shut off. And there's our water line. And it probably has a mark on it someplace. Most of them do, but I don't see it on this one. Usually it will have a mark here someplace that's telling you this is the water level line, but this one doesn't have that. So now generally the first time you flush, it may gurgle a little bit because it may have some air trapped in it. So let's give her a flush here. That did pretty good. And I don't see any water coming out on the floor, so that's a plus. It's tight to the floor. Make sure it shuts off again. And it looks like it's going to. See the levers raising up. There it goes, going up. There it shuts off. Okay. All right. Well, let's get the tank lid put on. So there's the top. And now let's put the good old famous seat on here. Gotta have something so it's not so cold when you sit on it. Alright. Now these are all a little bit different, but they basically work the same. This little package here comes with all kinds of little goodies in it. Let's see if we can get that opened up. And they're all a little different, but this particular one, this is a gasket that lays on here. You may have been on commode seats that move around. That's probably because they don't have any kind of a gasket like this in them. So we're gonna, we're gonna put this on here, and we're just squeezing it into the little indentations there. So there's that. And also, while we're talking about this, there's companies out there that make this this blue stuff that these little things you clip on the inside of your tank here, and it keeps the water blue, and it's supposed to keep it all sanitary and everything, and it may very well do that, I don't know. But I'll tell you what it does do for sure is it clogs up all these little holes inside the Commode if you use that stuff. And it'll also cause leaking problems in the gaskets. I just had a client actually that had a Commode that I had to take apart and work on because she used that stuff a lot, and I thought she was doing a good thing, and because, you know, the little man on TV told her that that would be good for her to keep her Commode clean, and it's actually kind of harmful. So anyway, enough said on that. I wouldn't want to get censored on YouTube for talking about a product or something. So anyway, so basically this just goes down in the hole, washer on the bottom, and a nut, plastic. And this is all plastic. Oops. Okay, so they're up snug. You want to make sure that it's positioned where you want it. And then I'm going to take a large screwdriver and I'm going to just give that a couple of turns like that to snug it down. And then this pops back over there. And there you go. It has got a plastic seal on it here. Get you guys over here where you can see it. This right here, you want to take off. And that was just basically on there to keep these little things from making rub marks in it during shipment. So, okay. So there you have it. That is a new Commode in a bathroom here at this house that we're renovating. So once we get the sink in and get actually the sink and cabinet are in, but the legs are not in. This is going to be a wall mounted sink that's only about 11 inches out, because you can see there's not a whole lot of room here. And then behind the door here, we're going to put some cabinets on the wall here for storage. So once we get all those parts in, then we'll do a video maybe on putting this cabinet together. And while we're doing that, I can tell you the story about the fracas we had to go through to get the cabinet. So anyway, this coronavirus stuff is ridiculous. But anyway, with that said, hope you have a good day, and I'll show you more. And thanks for watching. And we're probably going to be moving a lot of our videos over to Rumble. So if you want to get on Rumble, it's another video platform. Because of my content and my views on some things, YouTube really doesn't allow a lot of my videos to be looked at. And we'll just leave it at that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Share the video. We're no longer on Facebook, but we are on Parler. So you can come over there and check us out too. So anyway, thanks and have a great day. Run, Tallulah, run!
Hi, baby.